Hello, this is Darren DePaul, the voice of Emperor Valkorion, and you're watching another video by VULKK.
Greetings from Bulgaria, my friends. I'm VULKK, and this is the full roadmap for Star Wars The Old Republic, including game updates 5.9.3, 5.10, and a little bit of insight of what's happening beyond 2018. Let's begin with the first tab. Update 5.9.3, Fame and Fortune, has already been teased plenty on the official forums and in other places. Its target release date currently is mid to late September, so quite soon, and the contents are quite skim. Wrap up of the summer of PvP, which means the addition of the new 8 vs 8 Hoodball PvP map on Van Din. It's one of the new planets that BioWare, invented and placed during chapter 13 of Knights of the Fallen Empire, and we return there for a Hoodball match now. This update is currently available on PTS for testing, and to my knowledge there isn't really anything else worth mentioning related to 5.9.3 because it's supposed to be an addition to 5.9 and more likely an addition to 5.9.2, which was the big PvP update for the mid of the summer. The better part and the more interesting part, I would say, is coming with game update 5.10 called Jedi Under Siege. This update is targeted for release officially fall of 2018, but my personal prediction is that it's going to come early December because they call it the end of the year update. Its content, wow, this is where it comes, it gets interesting. New storyline based on Sith versus Jedi rivalry, and yes, BioWare promised that slowly leading up to 6.0, we're going back to the old conflict of light versus dark and Jedi versus Sith. This is the beginning. This is just a conflict. It's going to open up to a broad, real war later on, but that's probably saved for 6.0. For now, it's going to be just a conflict. There is going to be a new daily area on an ancient Jedi world. I don't know why, but it's not mentioned which this world is, and I do have some speculation based on the roadmap, but let's wait for the live stream. Maybe let's wait for a bit more information before I start diving into conclusions. Master mode Gods from the Machine is finally here, delayed with, was that 7-8 months, I believe, but it's here for the remainder of the Nightmare progression guilds in the game. With the Master Mode, Tier 5 gear is being introduced, and what's special about it is that the way to acquire it is going to be absolutely unique. As far as I can remember, no such system has ever been introduced to Star Wars The Old Republic yet. It's going to be craftable through schematics. Let's stick to the official information. I don't want to venture into guessing elements and guess something wrong and then confuse you. Returning companions. There will be 3 returning companions, and I'll talk about those in a moment. PTS will be available later in September for the gameplay elements of 5.10. They're not going to release the story there, so I'm guessing maybe the actual daily area after the story. You remember what happened with IOCAT? You had a story of about 1 hour maximum, and then you had the daily area. That's probably going to happen again, and this time it's going to be on this other Jedi Ancient World, as it's described in the map. What's worth mentioning is also huge guild improvements. I believe that's worth mentioning in detail, and that's why we're going to take a look at the guild system improvements and the management and communication improvements. So, 5.10 introduces a lot of good stuff for the guilds because they've been promised and teased by the developers from BioWare for such a long time. It's about time we saw them implemented. Well, we see them teased as of now, but hopefully they will be implemented with 5.10. We've got a new progression system, which is based on the guild's activity, how long the guild has existed, how active the players within the guild have been, and they will be accumulating, let's call them levels. This guild system will be, guild improvement will be introduced, I suppose, in another separate yellow post from the developers, or maybe a standalone blog post, and then we will discuss all of these bullet points in much more detail. For now, let's stick to the bullet points. Heraldry, ability to personalize your guild, PvP challenges. Every guild will be allowed to challenge other guilds and compete against them for certain rewards. The conquest system will be improved to fit and to please those guild improvements coming with 5.10. In terms of management and communication improvements, we've got a new inspect tool. If you're not a member of the guild, but if you'd like to join, or maybe you're taking a raid run with the guild and you'd like to know who you're going with, you will be able to review the guild's tab with information before you join the guild. What kind of information it will be displayed there, it's still up to be revealed officially. Extensive logging tool will be also introduced, which will allow you to track a large number of actions within the guild. Legacy ban feature is becoming available as well. If you want to ban someone, but you're not sure how many and which alts belong to that person, you can ban the whole legacy of that person now. And there will also be increased guild rank cap, which means that the rank cap will be higher than what it was currently. In terms of returning companions, we've got my personal favorite, the Jedi Knight's original healer, Doc, is returning with a witty gritty announcement in the roadmap, which I'm going to leave you guys to read for yourself. The Jedi Consular will be rejoined by their former Padawan Nadia, who is now a fully grown and skilled Jedi Knight. That's cool. As promised, but delayed with a couple of updates compared to the original announcement, the dark side Jace Wilson is returning to the Sith Warrior. What's happening to the light side Jace is still unknown. The roadmap describes it as, we're still looking for the whereabouts of the light side Jace, and as soon as we track her down and see if she wants to return, we will bring her back. That's roughly what, of course, not exact. And that's pretty much what was officially announced in the roadmap. Now, there is a little bit of what's coming beyond 2018, and I want to bring out the tab and read the words from the lead game producer Kate Kanek, because it's not much of information, but it sounds cool. As we roll out into the new year, we have a ton of exciting adventures planned for you and your friends. We're not ready to discuss the details yet, but you can be sure the conflict between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire is going to explode into full-scale war that will draw your character into battle on new planets, where they will fight alongside or against many new and returning fan-favorite characters. Returning fan-favorite characters are probably mostly companions, and the new characters is finally good to hear that we've got some new, let's call them side characters appearing in the story, because quite frankly, I've been fed up with Teron and Lana's appearance for the last 3 years. That's the summarize or the overview from me of the full roadmap for Star Wars The Old Republic. Hopefully you guys were enjoying the last 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how much I cut off. For the full roadmap, of course, check below the video where you'll find a lot more information, because Kate Kanek went wide and tall explaining things. In my personal opinion, this roadmap from Kate Kanek is the best one that he has produced so far. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video.